Welcome to the Ranger's Respite. I'm Philip, and today I'm reviewing a whiskey from the independent bottler Lost Lantern. It was distilled and aged by the fine folks at Cedar Distillery in Swisser, Iowa. That is the Cedar Ridge Sherry Cask finished single malt. Before I get into talking about the whiskey, if you like these videos, if you like what I do and would like to support them, I sell pens. This one is made from Cocobolo. I also have pens made from bourbon barrel staves. I've got more on the way. I also make bowls and little goblets. If you would like to support the show and support the Single Malt Frontier show, best way to do it right now is to purchase these items. The proceeds go to making sure that this show can continue to happen. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about Lost Lantern a little bit, because I touched on it before briefly, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. So, Lost Lantern is an independent bottler out of Vermont. They take barrels of whiskey from distilleries all over the United States, predominantly craft distilleries, and they bring them up to their facility in Vermont, and they bottle them. They blend to create products such as Flame, Shadow, Vatted Malt, Far-Flung Bourbon, and Far-Flung Rye. But what they are best known for is their independent bottling of products from distilleries across the U.S. They are an independent bottler in the Scottish tradition, where they not only credit the distillery that produced the whiskey, but they are incredibly transparent about the whole process, the proof, the sort of barrels that they came out of, and provide as much information as possible. On the note of providing as much information as possible and transparency, I received this sample courtesy of Adam and Nora at Lost Lantern. I did not purchase this whiskey with my own money. However, I have not made any promises as to how I will discuss this whiskey, because you are my audience. You are the people to whom I am responsible. With that out of the way, let's talk about this stuff. Because while I have made no promises to talk positively about this whiskey, I kind of have to, because it is really good whiskey. It is first aged in a 53-gallon new charred oak barrel from the from Independent Stave Company. Went into the barrel at 120 proof and was finished in a 500-liter sherry butt from Jerez. Producer not disclosed, which is likely a result of the producer not wanting to be known. It is 4 years old and bottled at 115.3 proof. On the nose, it is dense. It's got like a dry fruitiness that is almost surprising, because you typically, when you have a sherry finished malt whiskey, you expect it to be sort of an Oloroso sherry bomb that is sort of sweet and like old leather and rich fruit. Beautiful stuff. 2 years in new charred oak, and then 2 years in that sherry butt, and it shows. The story that we have from Adam and Nora is that they tried a bunch of casks while they were visiting Cedar Ridge, and this one was their favorite. It's also the favorite of Murphy Quinn, the person who is pretty much in charge of the distilling and the blending, and he is a great guy and clearly has excellent taste. But his dad's the boss. His dad sold the barrel. So Adam and Nara stole his favorite sherry cask from him. And I'm not going to lie, I would have tried to as well. It's got rich, bright, but not over sweet red fruits, honey, elements of baking spice. And there is some of that, like, an old leather chair and dusty books in there as well, but it's predominantly very bright, enticing, fruity nose. The palate is raisins, honey, a little bit of like nuttiness, a little bit of spice, and some like crisp, like doughy notes, like a phyllo dough. Beautiful, wonderful stuff. Coming back to the nose, that honey really shines through. It really does have like a baklava note to it, but it isn't as apparent on, first approach of the nose, but after the palate really kind of pops out, that honey, phyllo dough, slight nuttiness, and then there's all of that like raisininess, the warm, dark, rich leather, and maybe some chocolatey notes. The finish. The finish is warm, dried fruits, honey. Like if you've ever had like dried dates that have then been soaked in honey, there's like maybe a little bit of figginess and some nuttiness in there too. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. But I can't just stop at describing the whiskey to you. I have to ask and answer those three questions that I always do. Do I enjoy it? Do I think it's a good value? Do I recommend it? The first question is, do I enjoy it? I am really tempted to say no, absolutely not. If you have a bottle of this, you should absolutely send it to me for disposal. But I have to be an adult about this. It is wonderful. It is one of my favorite single malts that I have ever had. I am restraining myself from buying a full bottle purely because I've already reached my spending limit for the month. Maybe next month, maybe not. We will see. Do I think it's a good value? Yes. It is currently listed for $110 on the Lost Lantern website. I will link their website in the description down below. And it is worth every single penny of that and more. It is phenomenal. As much as I enjoyed Mountain Meadow and Gentle Giant, this may be my favorite unpeated single malt from Lost Lantern. It is truly something special, and I'm amazed that it did not get a gold label. But that's just me. And with that out of the way, if you are looking for a community to talk to other, spirits enthusiasts or, similar topics, I'm a moderator of the Whiskey Lodge Discord server. We are a laid back community where we are happy to see folks like you. We are, about 1,000 members strong. We like seeing new people. We like being able to share our love of spirits with new and interesting people. If you like talking about American Single Malt Whiskey, or you would like to learn more about American Single Malt Whiskey, I co-host the Single Malt Frontier show with my friend Doug, who is another moderator of the Whiskey Lodge Discord server. I will have a link to that channel in the description down below. If you would like to support this show and the Single Malt Frontier, I am selling pens and bowls. There's a link to the Etsy shop in the description down below. I think that covers just about everything. It has been great talking to you, and I can't wait until next time. Until then, stay happy, stay geeks, Snadja.